everybody, Dick Goodman here. I'm standing and holding on to my 1967 International Harvester. This is a 1300B. It's a 1 ton, and it's got a dump box on the back. And I bought this truck from a junkyard. They were going to scrap it, and was taken out of service in about 1994. And I rebuilt the whole thing, the inside brakes. I mean, there was no floor in it, and it really runs pretty good. Been using it for hauling dirt, and it's taken a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. It's got a V8 in it. I think it's a 262 or 3 or 4 cubic inch V8 with a 4-speed, and it does have a hydraulic dump box on it. And so we've been using it to haul dirt. About a month ago or so, we had an incident over here, and this, to give you an idea, is my property. The house sits on about 7.5 acres of land, and on the far end of the property, I got a call one night about 10 o'clock after I was in bed that there was a fire on the back of the property. So I got dressed and went out there, and sure enough, the woods was on fire. Not on my property, but right on the other side of it, probably within 50 feet of the property. And at that point in time, I called 911. They sent the fire department over. We're out in the country, but the city showed up also. And then the county showed up, and the county had, I think, a Ford pickup truck with about a 300-gallon tank on it, and that ran out of water real quick. And then they brought out some ATVs with little 75-gallon tanks on them, and they ran out of water. And then the tanker truck that the city brought out, they couldn't get any water out of it. The nozzles were clogged up with rust, and they put a new nozzle on it, and it leaked. At that point in time, I said, I have to do something. So I am up to the task. Let me show you what we did. Again, this is the dump truck that I had, we talked about. And I haven't really used it very much, so I decided after this fire deal I had, and seeing that it looks like if my property's going to burn, I bear some responsibility in trying to figure out how to put it out, and I don't like the idea of counting on everybody else to come to my rescue. So we built this, okay? And again, on both sides of me, I've had neighbors that have started fires in the woods, and it's really scary because if you're aware of, Georgia's gone through a real dry period here, and we've had fire warnings up, and it's been kind of a dangerous thing. So this is what we put together, what I put together. I've got a 275-gallon tote on the back, with also one on each side, 55-gallon drums full of water. So I'm just close to 400 gallons of water on here. The main pump is a Briggs & Stratton 10-horse. It's a Davy fire pump. In the testing we've done with it that you'll get to see, I think it puts out about 140 PSI, and it moves water like there's no tomorrow. It really does a good job. I also have another pump right behind it. It's a drafting pump. Where you can draft. It's set up where I can pull water out of a pond, and I can use it through the hoses, or I can use it to fill my tanks. And you can also use it to discharge water. It's got an 1.5 inch discharge on it, where the fire pump has got a garden hose discharge, 3/4 inch, and a 1 inch discharge into a 1 inch booster hose. And there's 150 feet of booster hose that you can wheel right out, and it's electrically put back in. And this setup here, just through this hose, you can empty that tank in just minutes, and it's amazing if you turn it up where you want max flow. So It has, I don't think it has any problem doing about 60 gallons a minute out of it, which is, you can see a 300-gallon tank wouldn't take long to empty it. But that's what I put together, and it just sits here, and it's kind of like the insurance for if something goes wrong. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks. Alright, so that's, what is that, about 2 feet, huh? Alright, turn it off. We'll put the nozzle on. It'll do better with the nozzle, right? Alright. Okay, hold on now. Oh, we try it out with the nozzle. Wide open. Whoa. Okay, now work this thing. You got finger. Oh, we did one other thing too. I installed a light up on the top. It's an LED light. It's extremely bright. And it's mounted on a 2x6 that rests on top of that tank. So you can move that light, you can turn it any direction, 360 degrees, you can spin it around, you can do whatever you want with it. And to make it more universal, I wired it into a 7-pin RV trailer connector. So, and it's wired to the negative terminal and the other one to the, what they call the positive 12-volt terminal, which is used for charging the batteries in the RV if you're pulling it or something like that. So, very simple. You can take the light off, you can move it around. I could put it on my other truck, a car, anything with a 7-pin. But you take it, you take the plug down to the connector, plug it in,
Woohoo!
and we've got, that's a tremendous amount of light. It draws about 16 amps, and you can see it's kind of universal because you can take it and plug it in any RV plug, and it will light the sky. And at night, that's probably a big deal. So you can kind of see what you're doing around here if something goes wrong or if you have an issue.